Big ET Now exclusive. The government, we understand, may seek more time from SEBI for meeting the minimum 25% public float norms for PSU banks. Sources indicate that in light of the poor valuations, the Finance Ministry believes that this is not an opportune time. My colleague Ruchi Bhatia standing by with all the details. Ruchi, fill us in. What exactly is the government seeking for the PSBs?
So the government is seeking some sort of a breather for PSU banks from the market regulator, SEBI, and we're given to understand that Finance Ministry may ask market regulator SEBI to give them more time to meet the PSU banks' 25% minimum public shareholding norm. Now remember, the deadline for the 25% public float gets over in the month of August, and Finance Ministry believes perhaps now is not the right time for them to be able to go ahead and sell their own stake in the market. They believe it is better to sell the PSU banks once the valuations improve. It is prudent to wait for higher valuations. And it is also important to note that for a lot of these banks, after the capital infusion that has been done, the government stake has increased significantly, so much so that in banks like United Bank of India, Indian Bank, Bank of Maharashtra, Central Bank, the government holds over 80% stake. Also, many of these banks, remember, are under the prompt corrective action. So they believe that now is not prudent to go ahead and sell stake in PSU banks. And they believe that since the valuations could rise next year owing to a whole host of reforms that the government is undertaking, there is a need to perhaps give some sort of a breather, some sort of a room to PSU banks and, of course, the government in this case.
Ruchi, for filling us in with all of those details. So a breather is what the government is seeking, asking SEBI to give more time to some of the PSU banks to meet that 25% requirement.